Well, good day, everyone. Welcome to another week in review. It's been a pretty busy week, but I'm not going to keep everybody long. Trying to make my videos short, succinct, and straight to the point. So let's just get started with COVID numbers. We're still in the midst of COVID-19. Obviously, we're 2.5 years in. If you want more, if you missed it, please catch the replay on this Instagram Live, or you can watch the video on YouTube once it's up there. So here it is. According to the Johns Hopkins University Medicine website, Coronavirus Resource Center, we have 614,594,493 confirmed cases of COVID-19. The global death toll is 6,535,687. U.S. confirmed cases are at 96,056,075, while the U.S. death toll is at 1,056,373. So again, we have 614,594,403 confirmed cases of COVID-19. We have over 6.5 million people dead around the world from this virus. Here at home in the United States, we have 96,056,075 confirmed cases of COVID-19, while we here in the U.S. have 1,056,373 people dead. So, yeah. And as in for vaccinations, we have 484,455 Americans took their vaccination dose as of yesterday. And we have a total of 225 million Americans took their vaccine. That is 69% of the U.S. population. The president said COVID-19 is over. I highly doubt that, because I know people in my inner circle just recently had COVID. So, yeah, we're still in the midst of this, along with monkeypox and the reemergence of polio, which doesn't seem we're not out of the weeds yet. So we have a lot to go. This is exactly why it's important to get vaccinated and still wear your mask. Just because you're vaccinated doesn't mean you can still catch the virus. You won't be hospitalized, but you will catch it if you don't wear your mask or wear face coverings. That's why the face covering, and especially in close proximity, it's important versus not wearing your mask at all. I still wear my mask everywhere I go. I wear my mask when I go out the elevator. I wear my mask on the street. I wear my mask on the trains, in stores, at work, of course, because we're still in the midst of a global pandemic. We don't know how long it's going to be when we get out the weeds, but it's going to be there. So my suggestion to people is just stay safe. Avoid big crowds. And if you're going to go out, be mindful. Bring hand sanitizer with you. Bring masks with you. Wear your mask especially when you're around so many people. And just make sure you're safe and make sure your community is safe. That's the main thing. That's all I have to say, because preaching to people and telling people this and that, people still going to do stupid things and do what the hell they want to do and catch COVID. And I'm at the point where, I can't tell grown folks what to do. I can suggest things, but I can't tell grown folks what to do. If people want to catch COVID, that's their freaking business and that's their loss. So if you want to go ahead and be Mighty Joe Young out here and not wear your mask, that's your business. I will still continue to wear mine. And the weather is changing too. So, of course, it's cold season, flu season, and all other acceptable viruses out here. Just straight up chilling. So, stay safe and protect the people that's around you, including your loved ones that are immune compromised. Now, on the other hand, the The midterms are in 48 days or 47 days. I lost count. And there's a lot of key races out here, including some Senate races out in Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Ohio, North Carolina, Florida, also defending seats in Georgia and Arizona and New Hampshire and Nevada. So Democrats have a greater chance to win the Senate. What Democrats should be doing is reaching people in their constituency, even if it's the most not the friendliest constituency. They should reach all constituencies in all counties in their state, as well as reach out to the main base of the party, which is black people, especially black women, who will mobilize and organize. Even if it's the candidate they don't like, they will still do so just to defend their democracy. But the candidates have to do the work, the leg work, the phone work, all the work that they need to do to get their message out there, knock on many doors as they can, and that is not just only for federal seats, but for state seats and local seats, because there are gubernatorial races, including in my home state, in the state that I live in, which is New York. There are attorney general races, including in my state. And there are some state Senate seats, some state assembly seats, state representative seats, as well as school board seats. All of those seats are still up for grabs. So that's why it's important to vote. It's important to vote every year. But this election here determines if we still have a democracy, as it's still hanging by a thread. So I just want to say this to all the people that think about sitting out. So if you think that the other side, which is the grand old party, which is the Republican Party, is going to defend your rights as a person in this country, you think wrong. They don't care about voting rights, obviously, because the bill is still in limbo. They don't care about marriage equality. They don't care about your civil liberties as an American. And that includes education freedom, education choice, school choice. They just don't care about defending democracy. So if you think that the Grand Old Party, also known as the Grand Insurrectionist Party, also known as the GOP, the Republican Party is going to defend your rights as an American citizen with your civil liberties at limbo, think again. They don't care at all. They don't care about your reproductive rights if you're a woman. They don't care about your marriage equality if you're LGBTQ. They don't care about your school choice if you are a black American. And they don't care about your voting rights or your life as a black person or a person of color. And that's a fact. And I said that. So that's why these elections are important. And speaking of midterm elections, so this may be a breaker for the midterms. My state, and I knew it, was one of the first people to actually have a lawsuit suing the former person of the White House of all his financial crimes. Because in New York, we take our financial laws very, very seriously. I just want to read some of what has happened and what has transpired within the last 48 hours. So Donald Trump and the members of his family, that includes his adult children, Donald Trump Jr., Ivanka Trump, and Eric Trump, committed a long bank tax insurance fraud that was astounding in its scope. New York Attorney General Letitia James alleged a blockbuster and long-awaited lawsuit on Wednesday. And while the suit is only civil, because it's a civil case, James is referring the former leader and his family to the IRS Criminal Division and to federal prosecutors in Manhattan for possible violations of tax law. That not only just include the Manhattan DA, but it also includes the U.S. Attorney as well. That was recently appointed a couple months ago. The suit, which runs to more than 200 pages, alleges that the former person systematically inflated his net worth for purposes of getting better loan terms, while at the same time deflating his worth and the value of his holdings to get more favorable tax treatment. Trump's children, Donald Jr., Ivanka Trump, and Eric Trump, as I mentioned, are also named as defendants. The example I just laid out barely scratches the surface of the misconduct that we have uncovered, James told the news conference to announce the lawsuit after running through a litany of claims against the former guy. The pattern of fraud and deception that was used by Mr. Trump and the Trump organization, their own financial benefit, is astounding. It was a scheme that by nature become more profitable over time, she added. The family allegedly included the former guy's compound at Mar-a-Lago in Florida, his controversial hotel in D.C., and his own triplex at Trump Tower in Manhattan. 3 examples of what the AG alleges were more than 200 instances of fraud over the course of 10 years. An example, James said Trump overinflated the value of Mar-a-Lago almost tenfold. Wow. And is seeking $250 million in penalties to permanently bar Trump and his children from being officers of any New York registered company and to bar them from borrowing from New York registered financial institutions for 5 years. That's huge. And you know what? New York has been screaming this for a very long time about this family. This family have, shafted deals, duke people out of deals. And this is going back from when Trump's dad was alive in the 70s and 80s. This is like 50 years almost of just being a scam artist. And New Yorkers, once again, have said this time and time and time again. And nobody listened to us. Yeah, black people, we black people, we knew about Donald Trump. But New Yorkers and folks in New Jersey and Southern Connecticut, the New York tri-state area, we tried to fucking tell the whole country. And nobody listened to us. So guess what? We got this happening. And if it wasn't for A.G. James bringing it to light when it came to his financial problems, no one would never knew. The whole country would actually never knew. We always knew. New Yorkers knew. Folks from New Jersey knew. And Connecticut knew. So once again, folks in the New York tri-state area try to tell the country that the Trumps were scam artists and frauds. We tried to tell you. You didn't listen. So here we are in 2022. Civil charges that is criminal, that is about to be so big, not just from the Manhattan DA, but from the U.S. attorney. So shit is about to get real. And folks who are doubting this case, how do you look? Because you look real dumb. And speaking of folks that look dumb, to the Do Something Twitterverse of the world, in particular Tristan Snell and this Richard guy, the 2 former New York prosecutors, one who used to work for the Attorney General's office under Eric Schneiderman, and the other that used to work in the Manhattan DA's office under a Bush 41 appointee. You two don't need to talk about anybody needing to prosecute Donald Trump or convict him when you two, which one of you actually had the opportunity to do it and never done it, and the other, it was not on your docket. So I don't even know why y'all have voices in this when One of your bosses was actually suing him from Trump University, Tristan, and end up settling with him instead of referring that civil case into a criminal case because he violated some shit. Like, I literally have receipts on people. I have so many receipts on what people have said about the AG's civil case against Donald Trump, which is leading to a criminal case. I have receipts for days, and I will be rolling them out. But to the do something Twitters of the world, the Tristans and the Richards and the Mollys and, you know, the Sherrys and the Keith Olbermanns of the world, like, y'all are the most unserious people on the internet. The reason why you got the following that you got, because all y'all do is talk shit without facts. Y'all literally don't present any facts at all. Y'all don't even have a lot of knowledge when it comes to this stuff. And I'm surprised at the two prosecutors that continuously run their mouths don't have all the evidence about this case, instead of them saying they need to convict Donald Trump. My thing is to one of y'all, when y'all had the opportunity to do it, Tristan, why you didn't do it? Why your boss did not convict him for what he did at Trump University to the people? Why did he have to settle with them? Because he sucks as a witness. And because your boss didn't care. Y'all knew this man was running for office in 2016. But y'all want him to settle with people? That's that shit? And now half of y'all are tweeting like, why she's not prosecuting Donald Trump? Because under New York state law, she's not supposed to. What your boss should have did, Tristan, what he should have did was refer his case to the DA. And the DA at the time was Cy Vance. Ooh. No smoke for him, but you got smoke for other people. But I digress. But do something, Twitters of the world. This is for you. This is for all of y'all. If you don't know something, if you don't have any knowledge of anything, no matter what your background is, no matter if you're a prosecutor or you're a public defender, whatever you do, or a political commentator or a political scientist, whatever you guys are, if you don't know anything about this case, it's best for you to shut the fuck up and just let the process play out. That's it. That's it. And to the white liberals, yeah, I'm talking to y'all. The majority, I'm talking to you. Yes. Let's have a conversation. So in 2016, when there was so much stuff going on about Donald Trump and all of the stories about him with fraud and everything, why you guys did not tell your family members, you know, this guy is evil, why don't vote for him? Like, no. Like, why y'all didn't tell him that? Why y'all did not tell your family members and convince them to vote for the pantsuit lady? Why y'all didn't do that? Because you did not care about democracy being in limbo. The fact that our courts was at stake, our legislative branch was at stake, our credibility as Americans was at stake. You didn't convince your family members to vote for the pantsuit lady, but they voted for that bum or the third party candidate. And guess what? We got stuck with the bum from Jamaica Estates for 4 years, fucking everything up. And now that we got a new president, y'all screaming, oh my God, convict Donald Trump, Letitia James, Fannie Willis. Convict Donald Trump. No, what you should have did was convince your fucking family members don't vote for that fraud. Then we wouldn't be in this mess. But guess what? We're here. So, cry me a river, save your white tears, because nobody wants to hear it. And honestly, nobody wants to hear shit from y'all. And to the white women, to the 53%, 55%, 57%, possibly could be the 60%, you know, with all that's going on right now, will you vote with your vagina? Will you vote with your womanhood? Or would you vote to uphold white supremacy? That's the question that I have for you guys. Will you white women vote for your womanhood? Or would you vote to uphold white supremacy and keep us at bondage? I'll wait. I'll just wait till November 8th. But until then, folks, I told you I was going to be quick. This is all I have for y'all. You know, you guys have a good night. Be safe. Namaste and be blessed. Take care. Goodbye.